Hello, everyone. I'm Cheryl Abram, and this is Life Without a Witness. This is part 3 of the series five signs that you are living with a demon. In this video, we're going to discuss the remaining 2 signs that you are living with a demon. One of the clearest signs, at least for the individual, the possessed individual, okay, that a demon is present is a feeling of spiritual unrest. Now, let me make a distinction between physical and spiritual so we're on the same page before I go any further. While physical is like breathing or your heartbeat, something that's dependable and effortless and there, like noticeable, you really don't have to question it. Spiritual is like laughter or music. Okay. These things are conditional and they're fleeting. They don't last. They don't last. Right. The things we call spiritual are those things that don't seem to be constant, dependable, or always present. The spiritual has to be conjured with beliefs, rituals, singing, chanting, praying. Just think about the things that you do, in your spiritual or religious life, or even if you're in crisis, that's when people begin to get spiritual if they weren't already. It takes a lot of work. Kundalinis, apologies, forgiveness, request, all kind of things. Spiritual states or situations take conscious physical and mental effort to make them real. Okay. This is why, for me, entities like the Hindu god Brahma or other gods like Allah, Odin, Xenu, these gods, these entities are not real or relevant for me. Why? Because I've put no conscious effort into making them real or relevant. All right. So we see the difference between physical and spiritual. Okay. Spiritual unrest, then, is excessive agitation around uncertainty of non-physical things, right? The things that are conditional and fleeting and require our mental and physical effort to make them real. All right. Spiritual unrest is fear of what you do not know and therefore cannot hold on to, you cannot confidently name, and you cannot ultimately control. All right. Let me say that again. Spiritual unrest is fear of what you do not know and therefore cannot hold on to, confidently name, and ultimately control. Spiritual unrest manifests in the possessed individual as the feeling of being watched or followed, even when they're alone. They may also have nightmares or night terrors. Have you had a night terror before where you feel compelled, fear compels you to wake up, right? You're trying to wake up, but you can't. Like, it's very, very difficult to do it, which makes you become even more fearful. All right. So if you start to notice heightened paranoia while awake and while asleep, you may be looking in the eyes of a demon. The final sign that you are in, at least for this series, okay, that you're in the presence of a demon or that a demon is present, is a sudden or growing interest or obsession. This behavior, this sign right here, is directly connected to spiritual unrest, which was the previous sign. The possessed may begin to practice things like witchcraft, shamanism, or Satanism, or they become obsessed with learning and practicing within certain sects like Scientology, Catholicism, Buddhism, Zen, Christianity, non-duality. They may also become very interested in certain movies, books, or even food. Okay. Now, look, the purpose of this interest and obsession is to gain more knowledge and power so they can wield more control over the life they've possessed. Do we have that? The purpose of this interest and obsession is to gain more knowledge and power so they can wield more control over the life they've possessed. That's the end of part 3. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. And leave me a few comments on your thoughts about what I've said here, your thoughts about demon possession, and what you've experienced, okay? I'm Cheryl Abram. This is Life Without a Witness. I'm going to see you back here for the final installment of this series.